Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video here in the workshop, and it has been a real busy weekend in here. I did a lot of cleaning, got a lot of floor space left. I took out the Losi MTXL stand that I made. I got the one tall stand part on the back porch. And I have the other one right here, the other part right here hanging in the background. This is going to be a shop tour for the winter time here. I'm getting prepared for winter. I plan on doing a lot of work in here. Getting tools ready, getting some space ready. Because the winter time here is it can get pretty bad. So I have a four-wheeler and I have a plow for it. So in the winter time, what I do is I put the plow on the four-wheeler and bring it in here, and I park it in here. So all I have to do is just open up the big garage door here and drive right out and plow my way and start cleaning the driveway out for the eclipse. So yeah, it's been a real busy weekend for me. I've been working overtime, and yeah, it was a busy weekend. I did a lot of work in here in this workshop. One of the main reasons is I needed a new home for the DeWalt planer, the 735X. I built that stand, put it on there, and then I had to take off shelves that I had extended down here where all my gas cans were. So I took all that up out of there, raised the shelf up about 6-8 inches, cut the metal angle iron there with holes, put everything back together, took all the paint, gallons of paint that I had right here in the corner. I took that in the house, down the cellar, in the basement there. I'm going to store it in there so the cold don't mess it up. But yeah, I did a lot of organization here, man. And another big improvement was when I took that shelving out. Now everything's even right here to my workbench. So now the four-wheeler can just drive right in. I don't have to worry about it. Another big improvement was my table saw fence. I built these hooks right here and here. I bent them like that and bolted nut them right there. So that's a good place to hang my fence, and it is sturdy. You can't even move it. So that was a good improvement because that was always falling here. I had it leaning up right here, and it was just in the way. So I finally found a home for that. And then I'm only going to have one gas can here for the lawnmower. And keep that in here on this shelf here. Then the other gas cans for my RCs are going to be right there. I just emptied that one right there, the big one. It had 90 octane ethanol free gas. I poured that in the four-wheeler just to use it up because I am done with the fifth scale for the year. Because of my timing here, I have to get ready for winter time, and I have a lot of wood projects I want to do. So yeah, I still have a lot of my RC stuff Like the toolbox right there is out. All that stuff right there. I mean, pretty much everything is here. And then I have my charging stand shelf right there. So that's up and out of the way. But yeah, it's coming together. Putting all my air tools, got the oil right there. I'm using AMSoil. I don't know if I showed you that in the past. Air tool oil. I tell you what, I've noticed a big difference with my air tools. It seems like they run longer because I have a small, little tiny air compressor that was my father's. And I'd like to get a bigger one of these. But if I do that, I can't have it underneath there, underneath the workbench. So it'll be another project I would have to do if I get another air compressor. So for now, that's fine. And then I thought about, well, if I get another air compressor, maybe I get they call it the hot dog or whatever. Get the long one. That would probably fit underneath there with a bigger tank and stuff. I got some chunks of wood. It's that plywood glued together in strips. I got all assortment there, different sizes and lengths. So I'm going to be using that for some wood projects in the future. There's the trusty old electric heater. That thing is ancient, but it works like a champ. And it helps get the garage starting to warm up, get the chill out of the air. That helps the propane, which come over here a little bit. I got the wall heater right there. 2 full tanks of propane waiting. So I'm good for a good 1 tank, if depending on how cold it is outside. Could last up to 8 hours in here, and the temperature would probably be like it is right now, about 70 degrees in the dead of winter. But yeah, I've been trying to get things organized. Finally got the table saw / workbench all cleared off. I love having cardboard on here. As you can see, I do a lot of staining and a lot of wooden projects go across this bench right here. And then I had my big Losi MTXL up on here, and it was dripping oil. And so that's what she is. There's the shop tour. I still like to do something about down there, about the tarps, to clean that up and organize that a little bit. And stuff is just thrown in there. But yeah, I like to get a little bit more organized right there. Finally used the Harbor Freight air tank here last week. Works great, but there's always a but. My air compressor, which is tiny, when it's fully full of air, try to pump that up, it only goes to 60 psi for pressure in the tank. So that's one little bit of a downfall of having this small air compressor. Okay, yeah, I just want to give you a shop tour here. And you'll probably be asking, where is the Losi MTXL? I haven't seen it in the workshop. Well, I spent probably like 8 hours messing with this project here about how to get rid of the Losi MTXL out of the way on the floor without leaving the garage, the workshop, because I can't, that MTXL is too big for my house. So here's what I come up with. Okay, here we go. Bam. There it is. I've used all that angle iron from my shelving that I took down here. Chopped it all up and made this. Okay, you're probably asking, why in the world would you want to do that? Well, I need space. I need to walk around here. So this is what I have to do. I have to come up with some clever stuff to do here. So what I did was I went to Harbor Freight. I got the, I think it's 1,000-pound winch. Yep, crank winch here. I got that all bolted. I don't know if you can see underneath there. Yeah, there's the bolts, the two big monster bolts that come around the back. So you see that right there. And then I secured it there with bolts and nuts. And it goes all the way up there and lag bolted to the cross member right there, the beam. And then up underneath, it's screwed in pretty good. And toe-nailed, well, toe screwed in on both sides. And it's also glued. Those two pieces of board are wood glued and screwed. So it's not going anywhere. And yes, it's an overkill of 1,000 pounds. That's the smallest they had at my local Harbor Freight. So I figured, well, let's go ahead and do this. So right there, I got that nice shiny bar right there. It's really strong. Not for sure of the alloy, but you can't cut it, that's for sure. So I have that. It's nice and clean and smooth. So I got the cable running up here, going to the pulley that I bought. It was like a $10 pulley. It's rated 400 pounds. I'm thinking, wow, man, all this stuff is overkill, but that's all right. And then I made this cross member here. As you can see, everything's bolted up nice. I have one of those U-clamps, like a muffler clamp looking deal, holding that pulley up there. It's bolted and knotted up there. And I have some 2x2s or whatever you want to call it, bolted up or screwed in to help support the weight on both sides there. So yeah, then I built this cage that housed the Losi MTXL, and it's 6 feet up in the air. It's a good 6 feet up in the air. I could walk right underneath of it. I'm 5'10" and a half. And my head doesn't even hit the tire. So that's a good thing. And then I put this angle iron here. It's lag bolted. It's a long bolt. Goes right through that. And that chunk of wood there. It comes down for safety measure. And bolted and nutted right there to the cage. So yeah, it won't move. Just for safety precaution, just in case somebody hits that lever, which is way up there. You have to use a ladder to climb up there to use that. I mean, I can't even reach it. I'm stretched out right there. I can't even reach it. So, yeah, so that's what it is. I'll come back here a little bit so you can see my setup. And just remember, I'm working with what I have. I would love to have another garage. Like 4 of these things, man, I tell you. I got a lot of stuff that I do in here, and I'm just trying to make room. Well, yeah, 20 bucks for the winch. and $10 for the pulley up there. That's not bad for this little project, and all the wood and the angle irons. That all come from my father's garage, you know, and it's been put in many uses, that angle iron. So yeah, so when you walk underneath, let's go ahead and walk underneath here. Yeah, you can see everything. You can see some trophies here, part of the stand. That orange powder coated stuff is coming off. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, it's pretty nice now. Look at how much it opens it up. You know, I have a lot more room now. And now when I bring my four-wheeler in here, I can walk around the four-wheeler instead of crawling all over it to do something. I've been doing that for years. Well, for past two years. But yeah, this is the shop tour. And yeah, there's the bandsaw. And that thing is a lifesaver. I've been using this a lot lately. And a lot of these miscellaneous drawers, I spent hours doing that, organizing those. I still have these to go and that to go, but that's when I'm bored. And trust me, I'm not going to be bored for a long time. This is going to be one busy winter because I want to do some more projects in here. I've seen a lot of people putting their drills. They make something for the wall out of wood, and you can put your drills, slide them in these little cubbies. That's what I want to do. I have cordless drills. I have air nailers. I have brad nailers. I got staple guns. I would love to have all those set out. All I have to do is just reach and grab instead of going in these bags right here and fishing them out of the bag, trying to find the one. You know, there's more than 3 or 4 of those things in each bag, and you're digging stuff out, and yeah. But I think that's about it of the tour here. Another bag of parts right there for all my tracks and stuff. It's starting to rip. I gotta get another bag. Let's see what else. That's about it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour around my workshop. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff coming up to do, and I'm pretty excited to do it. So, alrighty guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you.